Hello, this is the Right Side Trader. Today is April 10th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor, please check with your significant other, and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's move over to these charts and see what we see. Let me maximize this quarterly chart. And what I see here on this quarterly chart is a bullish harami. And at the top, but this is okay. After a red quarter and getting a bullish signal this early is really pretty good, and that's a good sign. So again, that's good, seeing a bullish harami on this quarterly chart, but we're only 1 week into the quarter, so we got a long ways to go to see what's going to actually happen here, but this is a good sign starting off. Let's go ahead and go down to our monthly chart and see what we see here. On this monthly chart, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit better, and what I see here is that we are back above the 9 moving average. Some people use the 10. I like using the 9. So we're looking good there. We're back again on this monthly chart with these quarterly pivots. We are back above pivot. Like I said, we might have started out below pivot this quarter, but I was expecting us to get back out to get back above pivot and start approaching these tops and approaching the 630 number. Look like we're on the way of actually doing that. That's what I see here. All right, let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, I leave it just like what we see here. And on this weekly chart, the good thing is now on here, we are back above the 50. This is the 50 moving average right here. We had a bullish harami last week. We've gotten a confirmation candle on that already, and all the first week on the monthly pivots. The other thing that I'm looking at here on this picture is that we are above. We came down below pivot. We ended up opening above pivot. We came below pivot, and we back up above pivot, and we ended up this week already closed above an R1 level. So this looks really pretty strong. The question is, we ran right into this little headwind, this little stuff that was going on right here, and this is where we stopped at. So come next week, the thing is, can we fight through this? What's going to happen here now? This is going to be, next week is going to be the big week to see if this thing is going to be able to get through this, or are we going to turn around and start heading back down. So next week is key to see what's going to happen and all. That's what I see there. All right, let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. Boom, daily noise. On this daily noise, what I see here, which is another good sign. Right now, this is the 200, and this is the 50 on my daily chart. And whenever the market looks kind of bearish to me and look like it's consolidating, I want to have those. I usually have those lines on there to see what's happening. Now that we are back above the 50 and the 200, which is where we closed it and where we traded at for the last 3 days, you know, this market looks really pretty strong. But the only thing that I'm seeing here, the day we had a red doji and all, the question is that doji going to turn into an evening star and all, and this market's going to turn around? Because again, as we saw on that higher time frame on that weekly and that monthly picture, we're going to be running into that area where we're going to be fighting to get back above the 630 number here, you know, and we're going to have to see what happens. That's why, again, come next week is going to be key. But starting off here, though, what I see here coming up for next week is that we will be opening above pivot. So again, above pivot, stay above pivot, and let's see if that can actually happen next week. That's what we're going to need for this market to keep going higher, and for those long-term trades, long-term bullish type trades to start working, and anything that you may have gotten in start working. But that's it. That's pretty much all I really have to share today. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. This is Right Side Trader. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.